Morning, Judge. How are you?
Morning, Mr. Rocco. How are you doing?
Good.
Good morning. My name is
Morning.
Alfredo Espinosa.
Okay.
My honor, it's a pleasure. I appreciate your time on this case. Okay, this is my first time in my life, in my entire life, to talking to a judge. Okay, and it's an honor. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Mr. Heel, can you unmute, please?
Yes, sir. Unmuted.
Okay. Okay. If you each raise your right hand, Mr. Melendez and Mr. Heel. Sorry, Mr. Espinosa. I'm sorry.
Mr. Alfredo Espinosa.
You swear the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Keep your hand up, Mr. Espinosa. Okay. You swear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Espinosa, you brought the suit. You want to tell me what this is about?
Well, I sent a letter to you all regarding the situation. The reason that I just sent the car to the shop is because the car is running real well. The problem that I got on the beginning, the reason that I sent the car in the shop is because I need to accelerate a lot of times to start the car. And it's too embarrassing to me with my friends to accelerate the car and the car, they don't start right away. They take in 3 minutes, 4 minutes to start. But the car, they running real well. That's the reason that I send it to the shop to fix.
Okay. And why are you suing?
Okay, the reason, sir, and it's a very good question. Thank you. The reason is because I have a lot of problems, especially with the owner of that shop, because uh, he never uh, accepting to try the car, to handle the car, to see how the car they fix it. Never, including the first time I give him my keys of my truck, and I told him I leave my the keys here. I want to try the car, how they fit, how they how you fix it, and he said no. Real bad is, I'm not a bad guy, but he say no. Come on, I mean, it's something legal. I'm an honest guy. I don't lie to you. And he say no. Oh, come on, you're talking with me, not with one employee from you. I'm a customer. Don't talk to me that way. And he say no. And it's not fair. It's not fair to trying the people that way. Number one. Number two, sir, he don't have any idea what's going on with the car, because in the beginning, it was a general manager. When I said when I put the car in the shop, I talking with the manager from that shop. He don't have any idea on the beginning. And I spoke with the manager and I told that the problem that I got with the car. I told him, you know what, I need to accelerate a lot of times because they don't start. The car, they're running very well, very fine. They are including in the freeway 70 miles per hour, 65 miles per hour. When I went to Las Cruces, 75 miles per hour without any problems. But I'm expecting that they charge me $600 or $800, and then after 2 months, 3 months, they call me and they say, "Oh, the car is ready." Oh, okay. No, they told me, "Okay, we need to do these things to fix your car, but you need to accepting the charge. It's $2,900." And I said, "What? Why too expensive?" Well, it's because we need to do a lot of things on the car. So I told him, no, I want to talk with you guys. And I went to the shop and trying to spoke with them. And the owner, he was there in his office. And I told him, okay, just give me, okay, it's fine, but just give me better price. It's too much money to for that job. It's too much money. And uh, I don't think it's fair. And then after, and then they told me, well, if you want to fix it, that's the cost because we need to do a lot of stuff in the car. And then after a couple of weeks, I accepted. And I told them, yes, okay, do it. Okay, so after another 10 weeks or 8 weeks, something like that, I received a call from the manager, Daniel. Oh, thank you, God. Daniel, the name of the manager, it was Daniel. And he called me and he said, you know what? The car is ready, but it's not fine. We need to do additional work and we need to order parts from Germany because the car is not running well. And I say, what? What are you talking about? I mean, the problem was because I need to accelerate a lot of times and they don't start the car. Why what do you want? What do you need to do in the car? Because my experience, my honor, my experience 2 years ago, I bought in an agency a new motor from my car, personal car. It was Lincoln, and the new motors, they cost me $10,000 and I pay them with a credit card.
Okay,
And
a new motor for this car?
no, I'm talking my personal car is
Okay,
Lincoln.
that's not relevant. That's not relevant. Let's stick to what's.
Sure. Thank you. Sorry, sir.
You gotta unmute. You've got to unmute. You were muted for a minute. Go ahead.
So after a lot of calls, they told me that the car is ready. After I accepted to do for 4,600 and something. I accepted, and then they called me and I received a letter that is ready. And they told me in that letter, they say, if you don't take it per day, I need to charge you $20 per day or something like that. And I went to pick it up the car, and I told him, okay, I need to test the car. No, you need to pay first. Hold on, I need to test the car. No, and he's real desperate. No, and I said, why? I mean, before I need to pay you, I need to try the car, how you fix the car. I need to test it, and then I pay you. No, the answer was no. Why? Because probably he treat his employee that way. But let me tell you, I'm not a guy. I never offense anybody, and this guy, I forgot his name. He offended me a lot when I went to pay the car, but before I pay him, I need to test the car to see if he fixed it. And he said, no, the same letter, okay? And it's not fair. And then I tell him, okay, I need to test before I pay you. No, the same things. And then I went with my wife to pick it up the car. I picked up the car. My wife left to the house. I picked up the car, and then in two blocks, the car, they don't start. They stop the car once on 2 blocks, 2 blocks after the shop, and then the gas, they don't see that they have gas, and I put it in my mind, oh, it's because they don't have gas. So I stop in the shop because I'm trying a couple of times, and they start again the car, and I put it gas, $20 of gas, and then they don't start the car after I put the gas, but after 5 minutes they started. So I take this street, but they don't. I accelerate, and they don't running 10 miles, 15 miles. They don't start at 20 miles. But I went to the freeway to see what's going on. I think, oh, it's because I need to uh, uh, put little bit more gas to see how they run. But the car is not running more than 25 miles per hour, and I accelerate everything. And then I take the first exit on the freeway. It was Salem Park. And then when I went out, and it's a stop in the sign, they stopped the car again, too. It's the second stop. And then they start, and some people trying to help me, but the trunk, the battery is in the trunk, and they don't, the trunk, they're not open when they working on before I send the car with them. They don't open the trunk. So they help me and push a little bit, and then they start again after 2-3 minutes. And then I went to return the car. The reason that I take it out on Salem Park, one of the reasons that I take out on the Salem Park is because I want to return it, because the car is not running right. Okay, and then they stop the car again 3 times. That's the 3rd time, and it's wash business when they stop, and then I'm trying to push, and it's 4 people that helped me. 4 people, probably because they see me, and they see me that I'm pushing with my door open, and these guys trying to help me. And then I washed the car, okay, but pushing at the beginning, pushing, and then 4 minutes, 5 minutes, they start again the car. And I told the lady, and I pay first to wash the car, and I told her that I got a problems, and she told me.
Wait,
"Oh,
I'm sorry. The car was not running. You took it to get washed?
They're not running, and the reason that I wash is because the 3rd time, it was in front of the car wash. And just for your information, the car, it was very dirty.
Okay.
I don't see it well when I'm driving because it was real dirty. And then the upholstery, well, that's different.
Okay, when did you pick up the car? What day is this? When did you pick up the car?
I got when I pay. I got the date. I need to check. Honestly, I don't. It was on August. I don't have.
Mr. Gill, do you know when the car was picked up?
It was 8/20, 2020, Your Honor.
8/20.
When?
8/20.
8. Yeah. Which date? Sorry.
August 20th.
Okay, August 20th. Okay. August 20th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
You got to move along, Mr. Espinosa, because I've got other cases that I've got to hear. So let's speed this up. I don't need to know about the car wash and everything else. I just need to know
Okay,
about.
sorry. No, you're right, and I apologize. Yeah, just the reason that I told you, my honor.
I don't need to know why you told me. Let's just go on.
Okay, and then I went to return the car. I take the exit on Donovan to return the car, and then they stop on the turn about 4 miles. I mean, 400 yards before turn street, and they stop again the car for the fourth time. In the middle of the street, 40, and that street is 45 miles per hour. So I went out of the car and I stopped the cars and say, hey, I got a problem. And then, sir, I received again more help for different people to trying to help me. And they oh, it's the battery. They told me, a lot of people, around 4 people, they told me it was the battery. They told me that, okay? But the trunk is not open, okay? Why they don't open? I don't know what are they doing. So, my honor, I call his office, 6 times, 8 times.
Did you take the car back?
Did
you take the car back?
Yeah. After the first stop, he went and picked me up and to return the
Car
car.
was picked up the same day.
The same day,
Okay.
probably 40 minutes after I picked it up.
Okay,
45 minutes, sir.
okay. So let's
And
move
then,
on.
and then I take it out. I put it. We return it. Actually, he helped me to return the car, and then I waiting out of his office because this pandemic is real bad. But anyway, it was real hard the day, and he wants out for lunch or for business or whatever. And I told him, hey, can somebody give me a ride to my house, please? And he sends it right away, sir, right away. No, I called them to call an Uber to pick you up. Oh, okay, thank you, I appreciate. See you. And he told me, the reason that is they stopped your car is because the car is too hot. He told me that. He told me that. What? Hot? No. When I opened the car is running. I mean, I saw it real well, but I said, oh, this guy is ignorant guy. They don't have an idea on the mechanic things. And then when he told me, I called you when I fix it because I need to fix it.
Okay, so you left the auto shop, you left.
Yeah, he left and he told me that
No.
he called the Uber to pick me
Okay,
up.
did an Uber pick you up?
No, let me tell you. And
Okay, well, let's
then-
get to it. We've got to move faster.
Yes, and then hour and 45 minutes, I was out. 106, 108. The temperature is real hot. I opened the office, his office, and I asked, "What time is the Uber's coming? Which Uber?" Well, the owner told me that, and they
And
called
Judge,
you,
I'm gonna have to object. There's no
Somebody
claim
called me.
for any of
and
this.
they told
on
me,
his-
and they told me,
Mr. Espinosa,
no,
stop.
we don't have any
Stop,
idea.
Stop. Okay, Mr. Rago, go ahead.
I'm gonna have to object, Your Honor. This is beyond the pleadings and there's nothing here that's relevant to what we're talking about.
Okay, Mr. Espinosa, you're here suing about the repairs to your vehicle. Let's stick to that and let's move forward. We're still at the day that you picked up the car and we only have like 10 more minutes to hear this case. So we've got to move this forward. Okay, so did you leave the car there to be fixed?
Well, according from the owner,
Did you leave the car there to be fixed?
I live there. Yes, definitely.
You
Yeah,
left
I
the
live
car
there.
there. Okay,
I live
And so-
there and I call my wife.
okay, so you left the car there to be fixed.
But for your information, my honor, when the office, they told me, no, we don't call any Ubers. I said,
We're
this
moving
guy
past
is a
that.
fraud.
We're moving past that.
Yeah, I understand, but my mind, it was, oh, this guy is a fraudulent guy. He don't tell anybody to pick me up the Uber. So I called right away to my bank and canceled the payment that I make for $4,500, $4,600. I called the bank and I say, stop, don't pay, and because they don't fix this guy, they don't fix the car. It's when they stop.
Okay, so
After that,
you disputed the charges the day you picked up the car.
yes.
Okay, and then you left the car there to be fixed?
Yes.
Okay,
And then after
then what happened
3 weeks,
next? 3 weeks, okay.
After 3 weeks, sir, my honor, he called me and he told me that one of the parts that is coming from Germany, it was defecting. Is one of the reasons that is the car, they don't fix it. So I say, in the beginning, he told me that it's hot. The car, the motor is hot. And now they say because the part from Germany is defecting. So I don't know what's going on with this guy. So it looks like an ignorant guy to tell me
Okay,
that.
was a defective part, was it replaced?
I don't know.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know. According from him, yes, I don't know. And then when he told me that it's ready, I went to pick it up.
Okay, so we're going to pick it up. Is this 3 weeks later? What date is this?
No, around 6 weeks later after they passed.
Mr. Rago, do you know when it was picked up the second time?
Yes, September 14th.
Okay, so it's picked up September 14th, okay?
And then I went to pick it up, the car, without any problems. But I told him I want to handle to see. No, no. Again, no, no. Oh,
Okay.
come on. I mean, I need to handle
I understand that. Let's go on. What happened? Did you pick up the car?
No, because in the reason he told me, no, I don't accept any credit card. You need to pay me cash. Hey, calm down, calm down. Don't call me that way. And he told me, no, cash. Oh, come on. I said, come on. Okay, no, I don't have cash. I need to pay you, yes, but credit card. But before I pay you, I need to test the car before I pay you. And my owner, my name is Alfredo.
Okay, did you
Espinosa.
test the car?
No,
Okay.
no,
so
never.
What happened? What happened?
Well, he wants cash. And
Okay,
I
so
don't
did
have
you
cash.
pay cash?
I don't have cash. I tell
Okay,
him.
so how did you pay?
With a credit card. I pay with
Okay.
a credit card.
Okay, Judge, let me clarify something. It was never repaid. He disputed it and it was never paid.
Who are you? Who is this guy?
Is the attorney for Mr. Hill? Okay,
And who invited him?
okay. He's an attorney. He's representing the defendant.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm ignoring.
Okay, did you pay with a credit card on
On the
September
beginning?
14th?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
On the beginning, I paid with a credit card. Yes.
What is the beginning?
Beginning is when I picked up the car and the car they
That's
stopped.
that's not what I asked. On September 14th, did you pay with a credit card?
I want to pay with a credit card.
Did you, yes or no, pay with a credit
Yes.
card on September? You did pay.
I want to pay, but he said no.
Mr. Espinosa, listen to my question. Did you pay with a credit card on September 14th?
No,
Okay,
I don't
so I
pay.
got an answer. Okay, so how did you, was the car released to you?
Yes, the reason that I don't pay with credit card is because he wants cash. He wants
Okay.
cash. I want to pay. I want to pay, including my wife who was with me. I want to pay with my credit card, but before I want to pay, I need to test the car.
Okay, didn't let you. Okay, so Mr. Rago, Mr. Hill, do you all still have the vehicle?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so,
Oh, he is the guy. He's the guy.
yeah, okay. September 14th is the date. Has there been any other attempts to pick it up or any other communications between the two?
Okay, that day when I went with him to pick it up the car, I told him, no, it's no way to pay you cash. And he told me, I need to pay you, I need to you need to pay me cash. Otherwise, you don't pick it up the car. If you wanna put me this lawyer suit, you can do it. Otherwise, I can do it. And I told him, okay, you do it. No, you do it. And he never talked to me decent guy. He
Okay.
say always screaming, and it's not fair. I'm not illegal guy. I'm not a legal guy. I have the same rules that he has, and his answer is no cash. This no, come on.
The car was not picked up on September 14th.
No, sir.
Okay. Have you had any communication with Affordable Automotive Service since then?
No, sir, because he told me that put a lawyer suit with him.
And so then you filed suit, is that correct?
It's correct, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Rago, do you have any questions of Mr. Espinosa?
Yes, Your Honor, briefly. Mr. Espinosa, you signed a contract agreeing to pay for the repairs that were done. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
And then you turned around and disputed the repairs that were done without giving him the option to repair the vehicles, didn't you?
I don't understand that question.
You disputed the charge before you gave him the opportunity to repair the vehicle, correct?
No. I think you don't have idea what's going on here. Let me tell you.
Sir, answer my
Yes,
question. You don't get to,
Mr. Espinosa.
I don't dispute.
Mr.
Never.
Espinosa, stop. You just listen to the question and answer the question. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Rago.
you disputed the credit card charge the minute you left when you dropped the car off, didn't you?
Oh, the period, the card, the card, credit card.
Yes.
Okay, yes, yes. When
Okay, that was my question.
That's a
okay,
question.
hold on. Yeah,
No, no.
the
No,
reason.
no, Mr. Espinosa, you just answer his questions. You don't go into a testimony. Just
Okay.
answer questions.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sorry, sir.
And then after that, Mr. Heel was trying to repair the car and proceeded to repair the car despite the fact that you disputed the card, didn't he?
Yes,
In fact, he gave you the opportunity to bring a mechanic, and you said you were going to bring a mechanic to look at the car, but you never did you?
it's correct. It's you are correct. Yes, and you're right 100%. But the
Objection,
reason,
Your Honor, I didn't
let me
ask for
talk.
anything
Let me
else.
talk, please.
No, Mr. Espinosa.
Let me talk.
Mr. Espinosa, stop. You just answer the question. You'll have an opportunity to speak. Just answer the question.
The
You
reason
never took a mechanic to look at the car, did you?
No, but let me tell you the reason. That's
And you
No, no,
also
stop.
failed,
Answer his question.
you also failed to pay the amount because you wanted to pay on the credit card again, didn't you?
it's correct.
And Mr. Heel told you specifically he would not accept a credit card from you because you disputed the last card, didn't he?
Yes, it's correct.
And he asked for either a certified check or cash.
Yes, it's correct.
And you refused to pay him that way, didn't you?
That way, no, because I don't have the cash. It's correct.
And he
You're
told
right.
you you could go to a bank and get the cash from your credit card, didn't he?
No, we never discussed that issue. No. To
You do
go
know
right
that
to
you can go get
the
the cash
bank.
from a credit card at the bank.
No, we don't have that conversation. No.
But
Somebody
you
like
do know that you can go to a bank and get money out on your credit card, don't you?
we don't have that conversation, sir.
That's
Not
not
the
what I'm
question.
asking you, sir.
We don't have that conversation.
That's not the question, Mr. Espinosa. He's asking, do you know whether you can get a cash advance on your credit card?
Well, yeah, I can get it.
Okay, let's go to the next
cash,
question.
but we don't have that my point here.
That wasn't the question. The question was, do you know?
Yes, I know that because
Okay.
I have a very good credit for your information.
And you continue to refuse to pay, although even in your pleadings, you're willing to pay for the repairs, but you haven't done so, have you?
Cash? No.
And you stated that you had no conversation with Mr. Heel after the date of 9/14. Yet I've tendered to the court as my exhibit A, 3 text messages that he sent you from 9/16, 9/18, and 9/24, requesting you to contact him to pick up your car. And you never responded on your text message, did you?
Well, again, sorry, my honor.
Mr.
They're
Espinosa,
lying.
just answer the question.
No, I don't receive any text after on September. Never on September. Let me tell you something.
No,
What
just answer the
time-
question. Just stop. Just answer the question. And let's go to the next
Sure.
one.
And you basically want your car back and to see if it's okay before you pay him. Isn't that a fact?
That's the reason I want to try, and I'm still open. If I handle the car and the car is fine, I can pay. No problem.
But you
with
don't want to
credit card.
pay, but you only want to
Cash?
pay on a credit card, not cash.
Not credit card. It's correct. Why?
And
Because
based
I don't
on your
have
history,
confidence. I don't feel
based on your
confident with you.
history, you failed to honor your credit card payment. And that's why Mr. Heel wanted cash, wasn't it?
Well, again, I need to test the car first to see.
And he
if
gave
the-
you the opportunity to do that, didn't he? He gave you the
No.
opportunity to come. He also told you you cannot take the car, but you can go with him in the car and drive it because of the past event, because he was afraid you were going to take the car, leave, and you had not paid for it. Isn't that a fact?
My honor, can I talk?
You can answer the question.
Okay. And the reason on that question, sir, is because,
Answer the question, please.
yeah, the reason is because the question is no, because I'm not driving, or my mechanic, they don't drive the car, because he say cash only. If you
Okay,
bring the
Mr.
mechanic-
Espinosa, did Mr. Hill offer you the opportunity to drive the vehicle with him in the vehicle?
Yes, yes, it's
Okay.
true.
That was the question. Go ahead, Mr. Rago.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, what would you like to say, Mr. Espinosa?
I can pay. I can pay if the car is fixed, my owner. I can pay, but with $4,600 on that old car, they must to be on a good conditions. The reason is because I need to accelerate around for 2 minutes, 1 minute to
Okay,
start.
Mr.
the
Espinosa,
car.
I've heard this. Okay.
That's the problem. The
Mr.
whole
Espinosa,
problem.
why didn't you take Mr. Hill up on the opportunity to drive the car with him in it?
I can go. Yeah, I can go right now. I can go and pick it
Why,
up. Yeah.
why didn't you before? You stated that he offered that. Why didn't you do that?
Okay. The reason, sir, is because he told me the only thing is you need to pay me cash.
Okay, Mr.
Otherwise-
Espinosa, that's not my question. My question is, testified earlier that Mr. Hill offered you the opportunity to drive the vehicle with him in it, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Why didn't you do that?
Hold on, please. Sorry. ¿Se pueden callar, por favor? Por favor, déjenme hablar porque, sorry, it's because I got my wife, I got my grandkid here, and they listen the whole thing, and I'm very sad because I don't have any experience on this. Okay, the reason is I told him it's before I offer to send my mechanic, and he told me, yeah, but the only
Mr. Espinosa, listen to my question. You stated that Mr. Hill offered you the opportunity to drive the vehicle with him in it, correct?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Why didn't you do it?
Because he told me you need to pay cash.
No, that's not the reason. Why didn't you take the opportunity to drive the vehicle with him in it?
Okay. Okay. And the reason I told the owner, I don't know his name, the owner, I was sick with coronavirus. I was sick on that time, and I got papers. I can show you here. I can show you here.
Why didn't you send a mechanic in?
Huh?
Why didn't you send a mechanic in?
Because the only problem is he wants cash. That's cash.
It has nothing to do with the mechanic. Why didn't you send a mechanic in?
He wants cash.
He did not require cash for a mechanic to come look at it.
No, he told me, no. Before you send the mechanic, the only reason is you need to pay cash. And
Mr.
I can
Hill
go
or
right
Mr.
now
Rock, would you like to respond?
Yes,
I can
Judge,
go right now, my honor. I can go right now, right on this moment. I can go and pick it up the car if it's fixed, and I need to test with him if he wants to going with me to test, and that's
Okay.
it. And I pay him.
Mr. Rago, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, we gave him multiple opportunities to not only take the car with Mr. Heel present, but not surrender the car to him because it wasn't paid. He indicated that he was going to bring a mechanic back to look at it and drive it, which never happened. He never came back after that, and that's when Mr. Heel started sending him texts, and that's what the attachment is Exhibit A that we sent to you. There was never any conversations with him after that. In fact, there were 3 texts sent to him, there were calls sent to him, and there was no response from him after he said he was going to bring a mechanic, despite saying you can drive it with Mr. Heel in the car, the mechanic can drive it with Mr. Heel in the car, but that was not what happened because he never came back and did it.
You liar. Okay, because
Okay.
the reason is
No,
Mr. Espinosa, don't call people names. Just state what you want to state.
okay. Again, the only condition is yes. Come with your mechanic, but the only condition is pay cash. That's the only condition. And I say, no, it's no reason to going with my mechanic and not tell him the truth. I'm an honest guy, very honest. I don't have tickets. in El Paso, Texas for 60 years. I
Okay,
don't have one ticket.
Mr. Espinosa, let's stick to the facts, what we're talking about. The tickets is irrelevant.
Sure. Sorry.
Okay.
And Judge, if I could put on some testimony also, some information.
ahead.
I'd like to give a little brief synopsis of what happened, and then I'll put Mr. Heel on. I'll make it very brief. This is a 1991 Mercedes, so it's almost 30 years old. It was taken in January 7th of 2020. It was towed in. It was not driven in. It was towed into the shop, and after inspection, it needed plugs, wires, distributor cap, rotor, 2 fuel pumps because they were mismatched, fuel filter, and then a fuel distributor system, fuel accumulator, fuel pressure regulator, EHA valve, and the injectors on the O-rings were dry and rotten, and it was causing all kinds of air leaks, and that's why it was running rough and not running. On 8/14, because of the age of the car and everything else, it takes a while to get parts for these things. Not to mention, they do have to come from Germany sometimes, and they have to track down the parts. So on 8/14, the customer, before that, an estimate was given. He signed it. That's what is part of my Exhibit A. That was the $4,600.33 estimate. He signed it, said he was willing to pay it, authorized the work. On 8/14, they finished the work. On 8/20, he came and picked it up. It was running fine. They drove it for approximately 30 miles. Mr. Espinosa got away from the shop and it died. The car cluster with the gas gauge does not work. He put gas in it. It started running again. But unbeknownst to Mr. Heel, they got a defective part. They called a tow truck, got it back to him, got it back to the shop, found the defective part, and replaced it as a unit. That cost Mr. Heel a little bit more money, but he didn't charge Mr. Espinosa for it. Not to mention, this wasn't labor, this was actual part, because the cluster and the plenum and the fuel injection system was one piece in this unit that they got. They replaced that, they drove it about 80 miles, and then they called them on 9/11 and said they received the parts on 9/14. They let them know it was ready and that they had been driving it. That's when Mr. Espinosa went back. The card had already been disputed, as you can see, by Heartland. That was the other exhibit I sent you on 9/8. So on 9/14, when he went to pick it up, Mr. Heel knew that the card was not valid anymore. The charge was returned and charged back. So Mr. Heel demanded that he pay by cash or certified funds before picking it up. At that point, he gave him the option of having someone come and drive it with Mr. Heel because he would not let him drive it alone for fear he would not return. It's at that point that he never showed up, never brought a mechanic, and did not pay because he refused to pay the cash because we feared he was going to do the same thing. And I'd like to put my client on now, if I could.
Go ahead.
Mr. Heel, could you state your name, please?
Name is Tracy, last name is Heel, H-E-A-L.
You're the owner of Affordable Repair, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you dealt with Mr. Espinosa personally, correct?
Yes, sir.
You're the one that also drove the car, realized what was wrong with it, and you have a warranty on your vehicle, correct? On the vehicle repair
Correct.
that you do.
Everything we do carries 12 months, 12,000 mile warranty, parts and labor.
And you gave him no heartache whatsoever about bringing it back, correct?
No, sir. We immediately went to get him. When he called me, when he was at Summon Park, told him to stay there, that we would send a tow truck to go get him. He said, no, I'm going to drive it after I get it washed because it was dirty. He didn't make it there. He made it as far from Summon Park to Thorn. He said it died again. The technician, the European technician I have, and I went to go pick the vehicle up, got it back to the shop, started right back up again. It all comes down to it was just a defective part, and I did apologize. I just can't seem to make the man happy. And I think I've been more than fair. He stopped the payment on the car, which was fine. But the biggest thing is that I'm afraid that he'll do it again if something happens to the car. If it doesn't run correctly, he's going to stop payment on it again. So that's
And
why
he still has a warranty. He
Excuse
still
me?
has a warranty, correct?
Oh, correct. Yes, sir.
And it's from the time basically that he picks up the car.
Correct.
Okay.
It should have been
So,
from the day that he paid for it on the very beginning, which would have been on 8/18. The warranty would have started from then. It
Okay.
was just a defective part. I don't make them. We just install them.
right. And to this point, you haven't been paid, correct?
No, sir.
And you gave him the opportunity to come drive it, but he never came, did he?
Correct. He said he was going to bring his mechanic over and over again. So him and his mechanic were going to come look at it. I said, absolutely. Let us put it up in the air so I can show your guy exactly what we did. I believe I have most of the old parts. It's been almost a year. But I mean, it runs good. We drive it now about every 2 to 3 weeks. Right now, the battery's dead because it's been sitting. I have a charger on it. I drive it from the shop, which is on Red Road, all the way to Vinton and back again. And I have no problems. It was just a defective fuel distributor, which is basically the carburetor on a fuel injection system. The one that I got from them, I don't know, maybe they built it wrong. I don't know. So this time I bought it as a complete unit, just trying to make Mr. Espinosa happy. I do my best.
And this charge that you charged him, you got approval before you did that work, correct?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. The people in the office were constantly in contact with him, letting him know, look, this is what we found because we never do anything. I've been in business 22 years. We never do anything without permission. I don't want anybody to come pick their car up, and we told them it was going to be $500 and now it's $2,000 because it happened to me when I was younger. So we're constantly in contact with him to tell him, look, this is where we are. I'm at the point where I can't go any further without your permission. This is what we found.
And he signed that document that was the contract between you two, correct?
Yes, sir. And we're
And-
constantly in contact with him, getting permission on the phone when we could get a hold of him.
And then you sent him text after the car was ready that he failed to respond to, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
And the chargeback occurred between the time of the first repair and the time of the second repair to pick up.
Correct. It was almost the same day that he picked the vehicle up. And I apologize to him, but he's very difficult to deal with. I don't know if it's a communication issue, but for him to say that I was rude to him and told him no, all I told him was that I cannot accept another credit card in fear that he's going to do it again, that he can pay me with a cashier's check, a money order, or cash, whichever.
And you had actually called me on this matter, and I advised you not to take another credit card, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the documents that we've submitted, the Heartland dispute, the certified mail, the contract, and the text messages that you sent to him are all true and accurate, and what you produced to me, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'd move to admit those documents also, Your Honor.
Okay, so admitted. I've got them here. There
And
is a postal service receipt. What's that for?
Tracy, you, Mr. Hill, you sent a receipt of certified mail dated 8/12/2020. Explain to the judge what that's for.
What that was is we couldn't get a hold of him. He wouldn't answer the text. He wouldn't answer the phone. I've never sent a certified mail, but usually if I send them a certified mail saying that I'm going to start a mechanics lien on it, it's amazing how quickly people will call you. And right after that, he called me and told him it was ready to go. Himself and his wife came, and he said that he wanted to go drive it, which was no problem. I would send either myself or one of the technician or the European tech guy, which would be better. He's the one who worked on the vehicle. But I said, it would have to be paid with either cash, cashier's check, or a money order. And him and his wife hit the ceiling and no. And it was like, well, that's the best I can do. I can't trust you to take the car and leave and then dispute your charges again. And then I'm going to be in the same boat, except for I'll be chasing him.
And you were you were forced to retain me on this as a result of him suing you, and you had to file your counterclaim that created expenses for you also, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. That's the witness, Sean.
Okay, Mr. Espinosa, do you have any questions of Mr. Heel?
Yes.
Do you have any
Okay.
questions? You understand our question?
Okay. The question is, I never signed anything.
That's not a question.
Anything.
Do you have a question of Mr. Heel?
Well, it's a lot of liars. They lying to you a lot. And
Okay,
just-
Mr. Espinosa, right now is your opportunity to ask Mr. Heel any questions. Do you have any questions of Mr. Heel?
I can pick it up the car right now. If it's
That's not
if
a
it's
question.
Correct.
Do you understand what a question is? You understand what a
Yeah,
question is?
They lie. They have a conversation.
Okay,
That they
Mr.
lie.
Espinosa,
a lot
I
of
am-
stuff.
I'm going to assume you
That's
have
my
no
own-
questions. I'm going to assume you're,
No, I don't have a question. Just he make a lie, and the other person that they lying to you. That's my point.
what are
sir.
they lying about?
About the sign? I don't sign anything. Just the credit card. Nothing. I don't sign anything, and I don't receive any text. Only 2 texts for the whole year.
Okay.
2.
Mr.
Only two.
Mr.
They lying you, and for
There's
you
a signature on the bottom of the invoice.
Like these guys, this
Mr.
part of
Mr. Espinosa, stop. Mr. Hill, there's a invoice and there's a signature at the bottom of it.
Yes, sir.
Whose signature is at the bottom of the
That would
invoice?
be Mr. Espinosa.
What's the date of it, though?
It looks to me like it's 8/20/20.
That would be the day that it was picked up, is it not?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
So
That
is there
day.
anything- Anything signed prior?
No, everything was verbal because he had COVID. So everything was either over the phone with him or over the phone with his nephew.
Okay, and also your postal service receipt, that was prior to the first pickup too, correct?
That was the only way I could get him to answer the phone or call me.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying that's before the first pickup.
Yes, sir.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. 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 Anything further, Mr. Rago?
Yes, Judge, myself on attorney's fees.
Okay,
I've been a licensed attorney in the state of Texas, County of El Paso for almost 30 years. I know what the normal charges are in cases like this. I've expended a total of 3 hours reviewing, investigating, and conferences, 2.5 hours drafting, 2 hours on conferences, the client over the repairs and explanation, and 1.5 hours prepping and conference. And my normal hourly rate is $250 an hour, and request reimbursement for the breach of contract and the fraud claims in the amount of 9 hours, Your Honor.
okay. Mr. Espinosa, do you have any questions of Mr. Rago?
Well, it's a liar guy.
Okay, Mr. Espinosa, again, I'm asking, do you have any questions?
No, because it's a liar guy.
Okay, okay,
I don't believe on him.
okay. Anything further you'd like to state, Mr. Espinosa?
No, nothing. Just if the car is fixed, is ready, I can pick it up in this moment. If now let me tell you, can I tell two issues more, please? Can I?
Go ahead, we'll see what they involve, but go ahead.
Number one, the mileage when I drive the car, they don't working. How many miles they're running? They don't working.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, the upholstery of my seats is all destroyed.
Okay,
They
that's not
destroyed
stated in
it.
your petition, so let's go forward. The next thing. Anything else?
No, just for your information. But again, if it's fixed, I can pay him. I can go and pick it up in this moment. And I'm glad my owner, for me, is a very honest guy, but I'm not like people liar like these two guys.
Okay, my judgment is for the defendant in the amount of, on the counterclaim for $4,633.89, $1,000 attorney's fees. The warranty would still be, if the car is picked up, the warranty would still be honored, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Rago, if you could draw out the judgment that the car would be surrendered upon payment. And then the warranty will be honored, but the judgment's for $4,633.89 plus $1,000 attorney's fees.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll get it ready.
Okay, Mr. Espinosa, do you understand?
Nope, I understand, but I'm not agreed to pay this guy, the liar guy.
Okay, well, my judgment is for the defendant on his counterclaim for $4,633 plus $1,000.
My honor, please, you need to listen to me because I understand you understand 100% English. Okay, I cannot speak English 100%. If
You've done fine, Mr. Espinosa, today. I have not had any difficulty in understanding you.
Okay, but if it's, I can explain to you a little bit more decent because the way they talking, these two mentirosos, in Spanish is mentirosos, liar
Okay.
guy, is my problem. And they lying too, and I got a lot of respect to you. And these two guys, they don't respect to you. And this is one of the reason I'm very angry with these two guys because
Okay. Okay, Mr. Espinosa, I'm gonna end the meeting. That's my judgment. Mr. Rago, if you get that to me, we'll get it signed and get it. Mr. Espinosa, do you have an email?
Yes.
Can you give me your email, please?
Yes, my email is Alfredo Espinosa as my name,
Fredo
and then Espinosa,
Espinosa.
Espinosa, and then letter C of Charlie. At,
The letter C.
at
Okay, it's
Yahoo.
just a minute. It's Alfredo Espinosa and just the letter C?
Yes, after Alfredo Espinosa, letter C,
Okay,
at yahoo.com.mx.
.mx.
MX, that after dot MX, .com.mx.
I have it, Judge.
Okay, okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, Judge. Are we excused?
Yes,
Sorry. So can I go and pick up the car?
upon payment,
Huh?
upon payment.
Yeah, but not cash. I don't have cash. I can pay with credit card.
That's up to the defendant. I mean, what they,
Okay. So yes, and the reason, my honor,
Mr.
I don't-
Espinosa, did you understand what I just said? That's up to the defendant. If the defendant requires cash, that's what it's going to be. If the defendant requires certified fund, that's what it's going to be.
I told him, leave it the car with you because I don't have cash. I told him, leave the car with you. Take it the car because I don't have cash. I told him over the phone. You know what? I don't have cash. Take it the car.
Okay, that may be, I don't know. That may be one of the alternatives. I don't know. But the judgment, as far, I can only speak to what the judgment is.
Okay, sir. But I
Thank you
feel
all.
real bad because
Thank you, sir. This is the end of it. I'm going to end the meeting.
I
Thank
don't
you.
respect you.
Thank you, Honor.
That's
Thank
my
you.
reason that I feel bad.